Okay, that's how Coach Bunker was able to get those kids. And he has so many kids from the Phoenix area, and No Brown, and some of the, and was the other Harris, Andre Harris and stuff. He went to Gilbert, and so because he was okay, so he knows the kids. So okay, so he has a connection to the valley. Okay, makes sense. I was sitting there. Yeah, they had a good game. It was fun to watch. Not the little Comets. They're not a bad little basketball team. They're a pretty decent little basketball team. And they give everybody a good shot. And so yeah, I was watching. They're a good team. Yeah, they're a good basketball team. A lot of people. Oh, I know, man. I was watching the Adams State game against the Comets. The Adams State gave New Mexico State all they could handle. Okay. Just watching. And a lot of the same things happened against um, Texas Dallas that happened with New Mexico State, getting down in there, and the guy blocked the shot, and I wanted to see it. I wanted to go see these kids. I listened to them on the radio. I wanted to go watch them, and I watched them, and I was like, yeah, he does have some good athletes that are quick off their feet, and stuff like that. But it's just Isaiah Brody and some of the kids on Western, especially Isaiah. He's real quick off his feet, and he's real good at blocking shots. And he's quick athletically. I don't know how he could work on his outside jump shot and get that more proficient and stuff, to continue playing after college. But, something you can work on. Malik Rose and Dennis Rodman played professional basketball for years and years and years, and neither one could shoot a jump shot. Okay. And so, go. What am I saying? That was nice. It looks like the old Bobcats are going to take a bigger lead against the Grizzlies. I like them both, so I'm not really rooting for one more than the other. But we'll see what happens. The winner has to take on the winner between Villanova and Illinois State to see who wins the championship. So we'll see what happens. I like the Grizzlies. I like the Bobcats. I don't like one more than the other. I'm more familiar with the Grizzlies because they had the regional broadcast and stuff from Billings. Yeah, it was just weird because Bozeman's right down the road from Billings, but they had the University of Montana games that they broadcast. Go figure. But yeah, we only got to watch the Bobcats when they played the Grizzlies, but we watched the Grizzlies all the time. And which I thought was kind of strange because, it was Billings, and Billings and Bozeman are like a stone's throw away. It's like if you lived in just put it into an equivalent kind of thing. If you lived in Deming, okay, and you turned on the TV and all you got was the Lobos games, and you're like, but we live right down the street from Cruces, right? I guess this was the way the state of Montana worked in 2004 and 5. Don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know anything about money. You know me. Whatever makes money makes no sense whatsoever. Pitbull was on the thing there. Whatever makes money makes sense. If you're a dog. Was that? No, dogs don't even do that. No, you have blood in the water kind of thing. Like the whole thing with, if you read the Bible, when you sacrifice, you go through and do your blood offerings, and then you're supposed to take the ram's blood when they were out in the desert wandering and stuff. So they did have herds and stuff. They didn't live completely off manna and stuff like that. Oh, that's retarded. Guys, there's gonna be animals that they used to go herd and they get used and stuff, and they're going to get some, and they're going to take them and flock them and breed them and stuff like that. Don't 40 years wandering in the desert. Don't listen to they're full of shit, man. Okay? People that write comic books are full of shit. Don't listen to them because they have the thing about the sacrifices that when you're out there and they were in a Bedouin lifestyle that you're supposed to sacrifice a ram every blood offering season and sprinkle the lamb's blood on the children. It's like, oh, that sounds horrible. It's a lot better to have some lamb's blood sprinkled on you than beaten by a pack of hyenas or a pride of lions. If there's one that far on the savannah, if they get up that high, It's, God damn, people are stupid. Because if you smell a ram's blood on on a child, you know, okay, that person's that that little infant right there, that toddler, okay, its parent can bring down a ram. Ooh, yeah, you don't want to fuck with that. Rams can kill you. They hit you in the side. They can stomp you into the ground, right? So you got to understand it. It's not showing prowess. It's just basically they smell blood in the water. You know, like with animals. You know, and they smell and they can smell you before they and stuff like that. So it's just common sense. Has nothing to do with voodoo. Has nothing to do with Santa Maria. Eddie, I want half. I have a bone in my nose and I'm naked on top of a zebra. Has nothing to do with that bullshit. Go make your own money. Screw the rose peddlers. Screw the bathers. Now bark up and down, jump up and down on one day and bark like a dog. Okay, shit. You want me? I renounce my kingdom. I renounce all this. Good. Because your kingdom is bullshit, but reality is legit, and I'm legit, and you need to quit. Everybody knows Earl's legit, and y'all need to quit, but old Taco Dollar, that's who that was, okay. Little Taco Dollar. And then his brother plays defense, right? I think so. But we'll see what Mr. Ayat and the Grizz can do. They were falling behind, and then, you know, they're coming back. They're a talented little football team. So, dang, that defense from Montana State is tough. Yeah, they're tough. They might have what it takes to win the championship of this year for the both men people. And was the last time they won it when Kelly Bradley was the quarterback? Was that the last time they won it? Shit, I want to say that was like 1978 or something. I'm not. Don't quote me, boy, because they ain't said shit. They had the yellow helmets that said cats on the side with the, yeah. They went from the golden domes, just pure gold, straight gold to the blue. What was the guy's name? Tony Bodie, I think I want to say, was the running back that they had that was really good before the Kelly Bradley team. You know, they had they did this passing game that was really good. And good old the Cats, yeah. So I think that was the last time the Cats ever won the championship, y'all. I don't know, though. Don't ask me. I mean, that's me thinks. I don't know. I'll go look it up when I'm done here. Yeah, because I went and looked up the roster for the kids to get bios after I watched the game, and a lot of the kids, you know, and one kid Dorsey played at New Mexico State last year. And he's playing at Western now. Oh, damn, dude. Shit. Okay. That's a bummer. Yeah. It's hard when you get emotional and you do things excessively and compulsively and you work like hell and everybody, you got 50,000 people wanting you to win this game and they've got 30,000 people wanting you to lose, and then the rest of the state of Montana is a house divided amongst itself, and you know, blah 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 blah, and blah 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 blah. I'm just kidding around, and it's all insane because we're not living the Lord's Prayer. Then if you're living the Lord's Prayer, then you have a game. It's well, okay, well we'll try to beat you next year. We'll try. It'll be fun. Okay, try not to hurt each other. Okay, well, we're righteous. They'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. They will know we are Christians by our love, right? Oh, Montana, give this child a home. Give him the love of a good family and a woman of his known. Okay, get him a lyre in his heart. Get him a light in his eye. Give him wild men for the brother in the wild Montana skies. You saw it blowing snow in there. It's crazy-ass Montana. Yeah, it's cold. But I'm a New Mexican, born and raised. The people that lived in New Mexico for tens of thousands of years, most of them ain't done nothing to me. You know, there's stupid bullshit, crazy ass macho bullshit tribalism when I was a kid. But one dog bites you, do you kill all dogs? You know, Powhatan from Patrick Sold's Land of Pocahontas movies when he was a kid. And you got to understand, you know, for every, you know, Valles family that was trying to beat the Negros and stuff like that, there was the Martinezes and Jerry Garcia and the Sices and stuff that were, hey, that's cool. Yeah, I like Jerome Whitehead. He's my favorite. Me and Jeff made our own magazine thing, project stuff, like the plates, thing with yeah, we made it. We had to draw an art and we had to put in pictures and draw an art to it. And we focused on the Marquette Warriors. Yeah. And Jeff's favorite player was Jerome Whitehead. I like Jerome Whitehead too. He might have been Jerome Whitehead was one of my favorites. And Butch Lee. I liked Butch Lee a lot, the point guard. And Bo Ellis. The most successful playing professional basketball now that was the big long lean forward that was like the Isaiah Brody. Yeah. It was Bo Ellis. Yeah, he was lean, tall drink of water, good mid-range shooter. Yeah. He played in the NBA for quite a while. I remember when I watched that movie Hoop Dreams. He was all sitting there telling William Gates, this is what it is. I was like, that's bullshit. They didn't play there. They played in the Mecca. That held 8,000 people. They called it the Mecca, yeah. They didn't play in the Milwaukee Sports Arena thing. No of the people he's talking about played any games in that building. It was not built, okay, until years later after Oscar Robertson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Butch Lee, Jerome Whitehead, and himself. No, they did not play any games in that building. It was built years after they won the NBA championship for the Milwaukee Bucks. And, Bob Lanier didn't play there. Sidney Moncrief didn't play there, I don't think. Marcus Johnson. No, they all played at the Mecca. It held about 8,000 to 10,000. It was smaller than it was in Milwaukee, but it was smaller than the Pan Am. Yeah, from the Mecca. It had a big M on the court with those. I remember that. I realized that game on the radio when Lanier threw Gus and he landed on his head, and Mom goes, I hope he didn't land on his bald spot. It's like, Mom, you're a dork. Mom loved Gus. Gus was probably her favorite player. Yeah. Gus was so smooth. He was wonderful to watch play basketball. He was fluid and smooth. He was like watching Liquid Jazz play basketball. Like listening to Ella sing is like listening to Liquid Love, Cinches up, get me a beer. Liquid Sensuality, it's just gorgeous, right? So, and Nancy Wilson, yeah, Nancy Wilson too. That woman's voice is wow. Yeah, it's good. If ever I would leave you, it would not be in summer. I'll see you in summer. I would never go. It's a good tune, man. Yeah. Your hair streaked with sunlight, but that's all physicality. It's not real, that's just thinking with your mind. Okay. But you are so eternally faithful. The children live pleased through your courage and faithful love. Oh no, I'll never leave you. So that's why the Spirit of the Lord never leaves you when you're eternally faithful. Like Ruth and Esther. The Camelot, that's for plays and for bullshit and fantasy football and all that crap. I don't go for that shit. I ain't falling for that one. Did for a long time. I had lots of brain damage from the Wi-Fi and the TV and it's a high chaparral. It's just Marion Cologne. I had all that brain damage. You'd be like having to touch one, hold you so much. And then you have to get to that point where you understand, you're just being distracted by animalistic behaviors that are being amplified by people that are treating you like you're an animal. They're acting like dogs. Parsons, does that make you a dog? No. Teach them to be men. Can do. Don't get drunk out there in the cold and make yourself sick and catch pneumonia, right? There's ain't much you can do about football season, and this is crazy. Yeah, Montanans are a little bit crazy. Like Despicable Wyoming fans. They used to sit there, right? They'd get newspapers, right? And when the opposing team would, they'd call out their name, do the lineups and everything. They'd all get their newspaper, act like they're doing the newspaper, and they'd just, starting at forward for New Mexico State at 6'6", Micah Owens. So what? And starting at center, 6'7" from Houston, Texas, Albert Slab Jones. Who cares, right? And then after they finished announcing, they'd all crumble up their papers and throw them at the opposing team, right? They used to call themselves, they had t-shirts that said Despicable Wyoming Fan. That would have cracked me up. I would have laughed my ass off. I was like, I really like these crazy ass cowboys. Like the guys from Sheridan that sit on that were up on the balcony thing and talk shit to you. And when I came in, you must suck the worst. This team's terrible. This is the worst team we've ever played. And, you know, and 14 points later, which was like 2 minutes later, they're like, come down and, dude, why were you on the bench? The really cute cheerleader in Rollins, you know how in Rollins they only have bleachers on this? I explained it to him. Said, yeah, oh, that shit's funny. Yeah, you football players, that shit's funny. And if I get drunk, will you guys video tape me pissing in the suitcase that my ex-fiance got me? Well, not only that, we'll give you shit that gives you the run, so we'll videotape you taking a shit in that luggage. Thank you, football players. Go Bronx. Shared in high school. Okay, guys, I love you very much. You'll learn to love. It takes a long time to teach people that think American Idol's amazing and great how to love. You had a lot of crooks try to steal your heart, but you never had nobody teach you how to love. You did too, Jesus. Forgive them, trespass, love one, zero, feel face. Oh, we must be having the brain damage. The drain damage. Okay, well, I'm fixing it. This technology is going to work better. Well, Bob is my witless. I swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me, Bob.